So, lads, Lexie Hull today yesterday gave an update on Caitlin Clark's injury and just how she has been. Apologies for being a day late to a lot of this news and a lot of stuff. I'm just been all over the place. Like 2K has been released. If you guys don't know, I was DBG before I was Mick Talks Hoops, and starting to get back into that a little bit, and just a lot of stuff going on in life. And it's been a bit of a rough couple of days. So I'll be back on track. Hopefully back on track for 7 or 8 videos today. That's kind of the hope. That is the hope, to be back for 7 or 8 videos today. And then we're going to have to stream what is, in my opinion, the most important game the Fever are playing. This is the most important game the Fever are going to be playing tomorrow. Well, sorry, not tomorrow. Today is going to be the most important game. And if they win this game, they're essentially guaranteed to not be in that awful, awful stage where you have to go through the Liberty and the Lynx. You have to go through the Lynx and the Liberty before getting to the finals. And I just have this weird feeling. Like, there's this optimism that I have in the playoffs this year. The Fever are going to make the finals. I think the Fever beat the Dream. The problem is that the Dream could get into that 4-5 matchup. I think the Dream are much... In the Mercury, the Fever match up well to the Mercury purely because of Steph White's ability to game plan for AT. When she wants to, she can game plan AT out of games. But, yeah, it's an interesting one. This is what Lexie Hull has said about Caitlin Clark. Hull, I've been impressed with her maturity through it. It's not easy to go day to day and continue to think maybe this is my day, maybe it's not. And that seems to be one of those things where maybe some days she feels better than others. And that could be one of the awkward things for a ramp up, is that on one day she feels good, the next day she feels bad. But she continues to come in and be the person that she is. She's funny and a jokester. She brings energy and a light to situations that could really be dark. So I think more than anything, I'm just proud of her and her resiliency throughout the year. Hopefully we'll see. I've gone a little bit low on this. Let me just scroll. For a second. It's going to go black screen for a second. Please. Let's just bring this the whole way up. Hopefully we'll see her back out there, which is exactly what we want to see. We want to see Caitlin back out there completely. Hull, she just continues to show up every day. She's not in our film sessions, and that's probably not something for me. I'm like, would she not just be in the film sessions anyway? But she's not in our film sessions, but she comes in as part of the team and part of the group. She's there. We know she's there. She shows up as she makes smiles and makes jokes. It'd be really easy to come in, do treatment, and not be a happy person, but she's a happy person through it all. We're really grateful for that. And there's a lot to be said for that. There is a lot to be said for that. And look, anyone who's been a part of a winning team in anything, if you've been a part of a winning team in any sports, you know how important it is. Like, if you look at a lot of the winningest teams, or the teams that like really win, your Jared Dudley roles are important. Your Udonis Haslam roles are important. And even when these players are injured, continuing to be a positive influence on a team, whether, like, obviously it's not on the court, whether it be cheering from the sidelines, whether it be helping the coaching staff, whether it be, if something's gone wrong, talking to somebody, whether it be, in Caitlin Clark's case, as they're saying, just joking around and being a positive influence on practice, just being there as a positive body to have around. Like, there's a lot to be said and done for that. And it's the reason why Sid Colson stuck in the league. Like, it is genuinely the reason why Sid Colson has stuck in the league for so long. Because those type of players they're hard to find. They're hard to find in basketball because the vast majority of people of the talent level of Caitlin Clark, or of the talent level to make it to an NBA, to make it to a WNBA, you don't get that good at a sport without having some form of an ego. You don't. Like, it's extremely rare. And for people being like, oh, these zero ego players, like, every single player in this league was the best player on their team on 90% of the teams they've been on before making that league. They're one of the best players. If they go overseas, they're one of the 2 or 3 best players on their team. If growing up, they were the best player on their team. Going to college, they were probably the best player on their team, or one of the 2 or 3 best players on their team. And you get to this league. So you can't be a success. It's really hard to be a success with zero ego. And especially when you are a superstar player like a Caitlin Clark. It's hard. Like, it's hard to just keep showing up and, doing your job realistically. It is hard to keep showing up and getting better. Continuing to get better, continuing to help your team. And look, that's something where you got to have a lot of respect for Caitlin Clark in that regard. You've absolutely got to have a lot of respect for Caitlin. And that she's continually showing up and she's continuing to, help the team win, whether it be on the floor. And look, I'm not saying Caitlin's some game-changing thing and the reason why they're winning is because the Caitlin Clark effect. Like, we know that's bullshit. We know that's obviously nonsense. But it is one of those things where it helps having a player there in your team that is going to show up and continue to be a positive influence. And you got to say fair play to Caitlin Clark for that. Fair play to Caitlin Clark. Like, she is very much she's being a good influence on this team. And I think every single story you ever hear about Caitlin Clark, like, there's no negative stories about Caitlin Clark. Ever. There's never a negative story about Caitlin Clark. And that's a testament to her. I have to say, that is absolutely a testament to her that she can continue to be a good teammate, because you better believe it's killing her inside to not play. It's killing her inside, but she's still there, still showing up and still being a positive influence on the team. And that's something that's big. And look, let's be real. If you take away any sort of weird us versus them bias, it is pretty much impossible to dislike Caitlin Clark the person. It is pretty much impossible. Like, she's genuinely just a normal, or just a person that wants to help her team. So I think all in all, this is a good story, and it's good that this has come out from Lexie of all people, a player that is absolutely respected in the WNBA. But unfortunately, Lexie saying this not amongst her peers, because these players all like each other. Let's be honest, most of these players like each other. No, it's just like in everything in life. Like, every individual player doesn't have to like every individual player. Like, we saw at All-Star Weekend that Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark were not going to be in the same. Not that they weren't going to be in the same room, but like, they weren't going to be in the same close space. And that's fine. They don't have to like each other. But we know there's a level of respect there, and it's no different than players not liking each other in a competitive sense in other sports. Whereas online, there's some, like, the amount of weird parasocial relationships people have with players, and they seemingly will be disappointed in a player if they don't just shit on Caitlin Clark. But anyway, yeah, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? Or do you guys think Lexie Hull is just pandering to the mob? I don't know. I don't know what shite they're saying now. I don't even know what they're going to be saying at this stage. I'm just confused. I'm just all around confused at everything that's going on when it comes to the Indiana Fever right now. But anyway, yeah, that's the video. I'll see you guys.